Hey, welcome back to Two Super Guys Trade Stocks. I'm Dylan,
And I'm Vinny.
and today we're going to look at some of the trades that me and Vinny are doing to take advantage of the volatility with the terrible Ukraine situation, and yeah, some of the trades we're doing to take advantage of the stock market right now.
Yeah, exactly. If you guys like this entertaining stock market content of two stupid guys trading stocks, by all means, give us a like and subscribe below. We'd love to have you along in this little adventure of ours. With that, we'll get to it.
Two Super Guys Trade Stocks.
Make that
All
money,
right,
honey.
make that money,
Always my
honey.
guiding principle.
I know, right? All right, this slide looks scary. Let me move some of our. As a lot of people know, I was doing TLT puts. Can you describe what those are?
So, put contract gives you the right to sell something at a certain price on or before a certain date. This was like a Michael Burry kind of copycat trade to a degree because interest rates were so low that eventually you knew they would come back towards a more moderate kind of rate, and puts or sorry, bond prices and interest rates are inversely correlated. So the put contract is like the one that gives you the advantage to kind of capitalize on interest rates going up.
Yeah. So basically, it's with bond prices, but whatever. So this was a Michael Burry trade. He got out of this trade. I stayed in. I actually doubled down. So I've been in this since July 2021. I bought
Oh
three
wow.
at 740 a contract. With my plan was to buy like six, so I was easing the position because we had no idea when rate hikes were going to happen. So
Hmm.
one for 650, one for 580, one for 477, and two for 395 as late as December 15th. So that's
Wow.
5 months of crap.
Yeah, you were just like cost averaging down
I was,
throughout
yeah,
that total.
which is not always a great idea. This is different because we knew that they had to raise interest rates. And in the October in between here, they said that it's going to happen beginning of 2022. So that's why I was okay doing this.
Okay, nice.
So I started to sell. My cost average was 590. I sold two at 680, 15%. I got a little antsy because I hadn't seen profit in so long. So another one at 18%, another one 20%, another one 23%. And I'm still holding three more, but I'm trying to get big money on these three. Uh, so I have a stop loss at break even, so I can't lose. Um,
Mm.
I will say, because of the situation, I almost want the contracts to go down to like 500 because I'm going to put 10K in it and buy 20 contracts.
Jeez,
It
be a
has to
bold
go
move.
up. And Vinny's choking.
Yeah, I mean, this week is the one we're supposed to see the first rate hike.
Yep.
Fed meeting
Tuesday,
is this week,
Wednesday.
so
Probably should have
yeah,
put that in here. Tuesday, Wednesday, big deal. And also, they're going to talk about future rate hikes, which is really the
yeah,
future of this position. So if they
and
don't like say yes, I'm getting out of this. I'm done.
yeah, I can only begin to imagine that this is going to be an extremely volatile week.
Oh, it's going to be terrible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof. Uh, so, this is CCL. The travel sector has gotten murdered. Just, oh my goodness. So CCL is down at like $17. Yeah, $17 right here. I ended up
Uh-huh.
buying some contracts. I wanted to buy six. So I was trying to ease into the price. So I kind of bought into it because I don't know when the bottom is. You're kind of catching a falling knife. But once again,
Yeah.
this one was planned because my strike price isn't for 9 months. So
Okay.
I'm chilling. These aren't technically leaps because they're supposed to be 12 months. I did the same thing on AAL, American Airlines. I'm already both in the money on both of these. So I'm already at 15% on CCL and, pretty much nothing here. But
Yeah, still, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, those two industries are obviously very sensitive to energy prices, and then, anyone who's filled up a car with gasoline in the last month has really seen what energy prices have done. So,
yeah, I'm getting
makes
murdered on
sense.
that.
Yeah, it's been painful. So this is me, my like little fun money account. I've been mostly trading a little bit of iron condors and call credit spreads that are out of the money. So that's been a good strategy during this like market downturn. As you can see, I got a little ahead of myself here. There was the kind of big quick peek, and I should have followed the old adage: if it's good enough to screenshot, it's good enough to sell. I don't know if you ever heard that one before, Dylan.
Yeah, you sent me your screenshot here.
Yeah,
And I was like, dude, you should get out because this account started at 1,400, went down to like nothing,
like
and then he got it
600.
all the way back. I'm like, bro, get out. And then it just
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still in some trades right now. We're actually going to show my positions here on the next slide with what I'm doing right now at this moment. But it's been a useful tool to use during this kind of market downturn. Has been this call credit spread. Now, Baba stock we near and dear to our hearts, so we follow pretty closely this trade this channel. It seems like it's locked into a little of a channel right now between 85 and 110. Although we had some major news, both the JD earnings, which we did a separate video on, and also on this reemergence of the delisting risk that we also did a video on, kind of come out recently, and it really moved Baba pretty dramatically. It was like a 9% drop intraday.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So yeah, I got a little freaked out on that one, and I just closed that position for the moment. I still eked out a small profit on this one. It was as high as about a 42% profit, or somewhere in that ballpark before I that big swing that day. But we'll see. I want to give it a little bit more time to stabilize, and then I might reinitiate this trade depending on where exactly Baba finds itself within the channel.
So I'm going to reinitiate this one with you. One thing that we've been looking at, obviously, I have not been doing swing trades because the market's insane. Because like one geopolitical thing happens and it tanks or it goes up, so it's just kind of guessing.
Yeah.
I found these support levels, and then he did this trade, so it's pretty dope. He's very very good at these spreads. It's pretty awesome. I'm not good at that.
I mean, they just make sense to me, honestly. So these are the current positions I have open here. I have Apple call credit spread, Baba. So once I closed that Condor, I just went to a regular old call credit spread. Still, the overall trend is down. It's bearish. So that's why I felt a little bit safer being on that side of the trade alone and not also having to put the spread, which is what makes it high in Condor. And then Facebook. It's a stock I'm long in. So I think the cool thing that I'm trying to point out here is that I own Apple, Alibaba, and Facebook all in my main account, which is more of a value-oriented investing style. But we can see that they're all in downward trends, so I can make some money on the way down. Basically, is my thought process here. These stocks that I'm following, anyways, and I can make a little bit of money by watching their market movements.
Yeah, free cash.
Yeah,
Not a bad
less than
idea.
my loss. Same thing with the Baba. I do covered calls on it, my main account, and as the stock has continued to trend down, I've been just rolling my covered calls down, basically. Yes, like theoretically, like if it has a sudden resurgence, I could get the stock called away from me and lessen my cost basis. But I've been able to successfully lower my cost basis several points, basically, by doing this strategy.
What is your cost basis at?
I'd have to go back and calculate it to tell you exactly, because a lot of these options I've rolled, so it's not quite so clean. But I would say I probably have decreased my cost basis at least $5 or so a share.
I decreased mine by 30 by just buying more and more shares.
Yeah, that's one strategy too. That is one strategy for sure.
May not be the best strategy though.
As long as you can sleep at night, that's what matters.
You know. All right, guys. Let us know if you're taking any trades, how you like these, don't like them, love them, try them. We may do credit spread videos in the future based off of support and resistance on the chart because Vinny's very good at those. So, boom.
This makes sense, I think. Like I said, there's a way to make money in any market, and I think that's just a strategy that works well for this current environment right now.
Yeah, I agree. All right, guys. Have a good one.
Catch you the next one.